Welcome to this video about LeadManager. In this video we will show you how to work with the FormWizard. This is part of 3 videos about how to create forms. In total there are 8 videos about how to set up LeadManager. The first one is about how to create users. The second one consists out of 3 videos. The first one is about the field wizard, how to create new fields. The second one is this one about the form wizard, add new created fields to a form. The third one is about the web form wizard, how to use a form on your own website in order to capture leads. Then a video about creating your own sales funnel, create campaigns in order to measure return on investment, creating classifiers, and the last one is about importing leads. In this video about the form wizard we will show you how to create a new form, how to add default fields to the form, how to add new created custom fields to the form, how to change field settings to make a field mandatory, whether or not a field can be imported, whether or not a field can be posted, whether or not it can be exported, whether or not it is visible for a user, and whether or not it is editable for a user. Then field sorting, and the last one is about copying an existing form to a new form. We are now logged into LeadManager. There are no current leads at this moment. Let's first check the fields we created in the previous video about the field wizard. We go to Fields, set Active to Checked, and also check Edit Field. Here we see the fields we created in the previous video about the field wizard. In this video we will create 2 different forms. In one form we will add 3 fields, and in the other form we will add these 4 fields. Go to FormWizard Forms, click on Add, and give the form a name. I can use manual checked. If I put it on check, every user can use this form to manually add leads to the system. Click Save and Close, and the form is created. To go into the details, click the icon, and we can see 4 different tabs. 2 on the left side, Custom Fields and Default Fields, and 2 on the right side, Custom Fields and Default Fields. We can see that there are already some default fields. These fields are mandatory on every field and cannot be deleted from the form. If I want to add default fields to this form, I just select on the left side and move them to the right side. You can see that the 4 fields are now on the default form. I can do the same for the custom fields. At this moment there are no custom fields on the form. I select 3, add them to the form, and now I want to check how the form looks like. In order to do this, I will create a new form. Go to LeadManager Leads, click on Add, and the form A is already appearing. On the left side I can see the selected default fields, and on the right side I can see the custom fields. Let's create a lead. If I want to click on Save, the system is warning me about the mandatory fields on this form. I have to fill in a value in these fields. When I save now, the lead is saved. Making the field mandatory is out of 5 settings on every field. Let's go back to the form in order to change the setting mandatory. Edit the field, unselect mandatory, select can export, and the other settings stay the same. We can do this for every field. Then sorting of the fields in the form. If I want to show the note field on top of the form, I can order this field to above. Now the note field will appear as the first field on the form. We can check this by going back to the lead. Click on the lead and you will see that the notes field is first on the row. Then the last part, copying an existing form to a new form. Go to FormWizard Forms and click on copy. The system is asking for a name. And I can copy Form A into Form B. Let's see how the new form looks like. There are the same custom fields and the same default fields. I don't want to use these 3 on this form, so I deselect and I select the 4 new ones and I bring them to the right. In order to check how Form B looks like, we go back to leads, add a new lead, and we can see that Form A is pre-selected. We can change this form by selecting Form B, and the 4 new fields will appear on the form. We didn't change the default fields, so they will stay the same. To resume the form wizard, I showed you how to create a new form, how to add default fields to the form, how to add custom new created fields to the form. I showed you about the field settings, mandatory, import, export, post, visible and editable. Then I showed you how to sort on fields, and as last I showed you how to copy an existing form.